So many of us work so hard to manifest specific goals into our reality. And when we get there, we zoom right past and go for the next goal and the next goal and the next goal without even stopping to realize what we've accomplished. Recently, I hit $200,000 in my business within a year. And while this came with so much to celebrate, it also came with a lot of emotions that honestly shocked me. Guilt and shame and so much more in realizing that I couldn't even celebrate this win. I dive into why, where this is coming from, some of the own shadow work that I've been doing, and how you can reframe every single thing in your business for it to serve you and to embody that fulfilled, joyful version of yourself to create an even happier and more satisfied version of yourself when your milestone manifests. Let's dive in. I'm your host, Tiffany Chung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast. As you know, I recently hit $200,000 and I'm celebrating my first year in business. And while there's so much to celebrate and so much to take away from this huge milestone, I also want to share the other side of it, the side that maybe social media doesn't always recognize or wants to talk about. And I want to talk about this and I want to present this because I want you to know if you've ever experienced this, if you've ever experienced this feeling, I want you to know you're not alone. And this is the feeling of rushing past our milestones so much so that we can't even stop to celebrate and enjoy it. In the personal development community, it has been so common to go from one milestone to the next, then the next, then the next, then the next, then the next. We're rushing past our goals, right? And it's not even just that. People set a goal or a manifestation and then they hustle, and then they get lost in the how, and then they feel inadequate the entire way through and they just do the work, right? Just work. And then they do hit the milestone. But then it's like a sheer 3 seconds of enjoyment until this inadequacy settles in. And they're like, oh, okay, next goal. What am I manifesting next? And it's exhausting. We're neglecting the intention and the success and the achievement that we've accomplished and that we've put so much inspired action into, and we rush right past it and we don't even hold space for ourselves. We jump to the next goal time after time after time. It's 10K months and then 20K months, 30K months and then 50K months, and then $100,000 and then $200,000 in a year, right? It's constant. And we're never able to just stop and recognize, wow, I really did good. I'm just going to sit and soak this in. And you know what? This feels great. And to be honest, when I hit $200,000 in business, it wasn't a clear strategic laid out plan where I was like, all right, well, first I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to hire this coach and then I'm going to create this program and then I'm going to sell out this offer. And then by then I should have $100,000. And then within 4 months, I'm going to surpass another 6 figures. No, this was a very, very happy, fulfilling consequence of being joyful and embodying the version of myself that already had multi 6 figures. To be honest, it was really just six figures. I only wanted to manifest $100,000 in my business, and the universe doubled it. It doubled it because I was having so much fun. I was feeling so fulfilled, and I wasn't worried about the how. I truly let that go to a point that I was so happy and so fulfilled and so successful in what I was doing and truly loving what I was doing that even if I didn't even hit six figures in a year, I would have been totally happy. I would have been so happy. But because I came from this genuine place of, I love what I do. I love what I do so deeply. And from that place, I let go of a lot. I let go of a lot of things that weren't making me happy, that weren't lighting me up. As a generator, this is something that's really important to me, is choosing to do the tasks that are niche and that are in my zone of genius and either letting go of or delegating and outsourcing the things that I don't need to do in my business, that don't light me up. Right? And this is going to be different for every human design type. And so I really urge you to look into your own chart and look into what your type and your authority and your strategy is, because it's going to help you make decisions in your business. But for me, I honored that. I made intuitive decisions and I embodied those emotions of happiness and joy and fulfillment. And I reminded myself, six figures is not going to bring me more happiness. It's not going to make me feel more fulfilled. It's not going to make me feel more worthy as a coach. I'm a good coach, period. And I had to truly believe that. And because I truly believed that, when I did hit six figures and then eventually multi-six figures within a year, that just reaffirmed it for me. It just reaffirmed it. So I want to challenge you to find success and celebrate the wins along the way, to embody those emotions of gratitude, fulfillment, and joy, and not wait to feel those or wait to feel worthy when you hit 5K or when you hit 10K. You are not a legitimate worthy coach when you start making $5,000 a month. You're a worthy coach right now. And if you don't feel that way, I implore you to dive a little bit deeper and go, why? Where is this coming from? If you're not feeling worthy, where is that stemming from? Is there something that's going on in your life or something that you're doing or pushing yourself to do that's causing you to feel that way? That's going to be really important as a first step. I also want to share that when I hit $200,000, there was a part of me that felt guilty. It felt shameful. And I've done a lot of work around my money mindset, so this actually kind of came as a shock to me. I was like, why do I feel like I can't celebrate this win? This is such a huge milestone in my life. And why do I feel like there's something either missing or there's something that I can't celebrate? And honestly, I felt like I couldn't celebrate my $200,000 win because growing up, I was taught to not be too boastful or too egotistical about my wins. I was taught to play small, to not make other people feel badly about themselves, to not, be too in my head or get a huge head from my achievements and my wins. I was taught to have achievements, but I was never really taught to celebrate them. Right? And some of my clients, they've been taught to aim really high, but then when they achieve something, immediately their parent is like, all right, what's the next thing? You got your bachelor's? All right, on to your master's. You hit $10,000? Okay, now it's time to hit $20,000. It's constantly on to the next and the next and the next and the next. And we're not able to just really, really soak into this delicious, beautiful feeling of, wow, I made this happen. And growing up, I also really wasn't taught to celebrate. It really wasn't something in my vocabulary. I would look around and see my friends had like really big, celebrations for their birthdays or for graduation. And that really wasn't something that I did growing up. It just wasn't done. And it wasn't that I didn't know that my parents were proud of me and that I didn't feel those emotions. It was just, I didn't know how to celebrate my wins. And so this is actually something new that I'm learning as an adult and as an entrepreneur to find a celebration ceremony, if you will, personalize a routine or something that I do to soak up my wins. I also found that because I was taught to play so small, that I would kind of hide and shrink my wins from people around me because I didn't want to make them feel badly, or I knew that maybe they weren't at that point in their business just yet, and I didn't want to make them feel less than or inadequate. And I really had to remind myself to play it big, to show up as that highest, most authentic version of myself, to show people what's possible. Because guess what? I didn't manifest $200,000 in my business and set such a big goal if I didn't see other people around me also achieving that same goal and seeing that if it was possible for them, it was also possible for me too. And so I know now that showing up as my highest self and being that version of myself is going to benefit the people around me that are also able to kind of click in their minds and go, if it's possible for Tiffany, it's possible for me too. And so these are just some real raw and vulnerable emotions that I experienced hitting $200,000 in also seeking external validation. And feeling like this was going to make me feel more worthy as a coach. It was going to make me and what I had done more solidified. And that if people were able to celebrate this with me, then it would make it more real. So something that I've started to do is just celebrate my wins alone first, celebrate within myself with my own ceremony or my own routine, and then I'll share with other people. Then I'll let other people know. Then I'll make a podcast, or then I'll text my friends. That way, and I know that what I'm manifesting is to serve my highest self. And I think sometimes it can be really easy to get caught up in feeling really good from the comments of the people around us and seeking external validation from social media or our friends or our family to finally feel worthy. But you're worthy. I'm worthy. And that's something that I'm learning to implement every single day in my business. And I think the more we're able to embody those versions of ourselves first, the more heightened those emotions are going to be when we do reach them, because you are going to reach them. And so these are just some of the things that I learned from reaching $200,000 in my business, and a lot of what I've learned from playing and experimenting and trying different things all throughout this first year in business. I also want to touch on the timing, because there are people that'll ask me, how long was it that it took for you to reach $200,000? How long was it when you first hit your first six figures? How long have you been in business? How long have you been showing up as a coach? And I just want to switch the perspective of that around a little bit into reframing the question to ask, who did I need to become in order to be the version of myself I am today? Because it wasn't just the timing. I think that someone can be in business for a year and someone else can be in business for a year, or someone can be playing a sport for a year and another person playing the same sport for the same amount of time, or doing any activity for the same amount of time, and look at it compared to what someone else is doing, but not comparing the time length, and instead looking at what they did, who they embodied, how they showed up, how they served their community. Because there is someone that, maybe has been in business for a year, but maybe they never invested in themselves in an intentional, aligned way. Or maybe they invested way too much and completely overdid it. Or maybe there was someone that played it really safe in their first year in business versus someone that took a lot of risks and failed a lot. But guess what? They learned a whole lot too. So instead of asking, because I see people ask me this question, and I also see people ask this question to others as well when they share big milestones, whether it's financial or just an overall milestone in their business. How long did it take you? It isn't about the time length. It's about the energy in which the person created from, who they needed to be, and what are the inspired action steps that they took? What are the failures that they experienced? What kind of feedback did they learn? from those failures in order for them to be the person that they are today? Those are the types of questions that I think are juicier. And Tony Robbins says the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask. Asking great questions is going to essentially be a shortcut for you. If you can constantly reframe every single thing in your business to serve you, that's the secret, honestly. It really is. I laugh because it's so true. The moment I started just switching things around for me and stopped playing this victim mentality, it's honestly a shadow for me. A shadow or shadow work is something that subconsciously, unintentionally kind of serves you. For a long time, I was on food stamps and I was a single mom, and I would tell people that, and, it would be this almost like wanting to soak in, oh, this pity and look at me, right? Because in a way it served me. It gave me, I don't know, validation, attention. I don't even really understand exactly every single step behind it. But it also prevented me from wanting more, right? It was like this shock value of look at how much I do. Look at how hard I work. Look how many hours I put into these 3 jobs that I'm working, and that my daughter falls asleep and I still work. And I honestly did that because I really wanted a better life. But there was a part of me that enjoyed it, right? And this is a very, very vulnerable share. But I'm sharing it because I think it might serve you. I think it might challenge you to look at how you might be playing small in your own life or staying in your comfort zone because it's comfortable, it's serving you. There's something that's serving you about this. There's something that is doing something for you in this that's preventing you from the next level that you're worthy of, that you're so worthy of. And once I let go of that and I took full responsibility, and I played it big, and I showed up as that person, that version of myself that was like, I deserve this. I'm worthy of this. I am worthy of this. The whole game completely changed for me. And I was able to attract the manifestations that I truly wanted. And honestly, that truly wanted me. It was waiting for me. Everything is constantly happening for you. It's not happening to you. I want you to reframe that perspective. The universe is constantly rearranging things in order to serve you. Something that looks like a detour or shit hitting the fan or a roadblock or something that just is a huge curveball. How can you look at that and go, all right, what is this teaching me? What lesson do I need to learn from this? Or if you're triggered by something, asking yourself, because everything's just a mirror right back to ourselves, asking instead, what else do I need to heal? What do I need to heal deeper within myself that is causing me to be triggered by this person or their achievements or an experience or a conversation? If everybody looked within themselves that way, wouldn't our world be just such a more beautiful place? I was on a call with one of my friends. We're going through the same program, and we're holding each other accountable. So we are accountability partners. And she told me, out of pure honesty and transparency, just because our relationship is so sacred, we call each other soul sisters. She told me, honestly, I look at you and your success, and sometimes I do feel envious. Sometimes I do feel feelings of jealousy because of where my business is at and, certain successes or the lack thereof. And she also told me that it's a constant reminder for her to look within and see how she needs to continue healing herself. And that I am a physical manifestation that is teaching her a really big lesson in worthiness and not attaching worth to money. She also told me that it helped her identify a shadow where she was holding on to this feeling of not making money or this experience of not attracting money because it made her more relatable to not be making money, to be in a low income mindset, in a scarcity mindset, because she would be able to fit in better with her friends and just be more palatable for the people around her. And so it subconsciously prevented her and blocked her from attracting and manifesting more financial abundance into her life. And so she thanked me. Look at how beautiful that transaction was. It wasn't, oh, I'm jealous, I'm envious, and now I don't want to be friends with her anymore, or negativity or hatred, because I've also faced that as well. But she came with it from this beautiful lens of, all right, universe, what are you teaching me? How have I manifested Tiffany and Tiffany's success into my life, and what has it taught me? And she told me that I am living proof that people can experience success in a short amount of time, that it doesn't have to take years and years and years and years, right? And with a disclaimer, I built my online community about 5-6 years ago, but I didn't launch my coaching business until 1 year ago. It wasn't really a business until a year ago, but I was building up experience and expertise. But I also want to say, not everything needs to take an extremely long time. You can experience success in a short amount of time too. Anything's possible, anything, right? And so it also is a beautiful manifestation of the law of cause and effect, because when I first started my business, I really looked up to these 6-figure, multi-6-figure, 7-figure, multi-7-figure entrepreneurs and coaches and authors that were so successful. And instead of looking at it as, oh, I want what they have, but I don't think I can have it, it was, wow, look at what they have. They're showing me what's possible. And I'm vibrating at the same frequency because I'm aware of it to begin with. And it means that it's coming for me next. So I want to share all of these lessons in hitting $200,000 with you, because I think there's so much to learn here. And I honestly think a lot of what I'm experiencing is also the law of polarity in experiencing the things that I don't want and why they're in my reality, in order to shift out of them and to learn a lesson and to teach you all the lesson. It makes me a better coach, makes me a better human. It makes me empathize more, understand more, relate more, and be able to coach and teach better. And that's what I want to be for all of you. I want it to be a beautiful transference of energy and teaching and lessons and valuable life lessons. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanychung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all on the next one.